Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be going over a past paper GCSE probability question. So there are n sweets in a bag, 6 of the sweets are orange, the rest of the sweets are yellow. Hannah takes at random a sweet from the bag and then she eats the sweet. Hannah then takes at random another sweet from the bag and then eats the sweet as well. The probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is 1 over 3, and we want to show that n squared minus n minus 90 equals to 0. So what we can do is take some information from the question. So we know that in total there are n sweets. We know there are 6 orange sweets. That must mean there should be n minus 6 yellow sweets. Now what I like to do is do a quick tree diagram. But we don't need to do everything, and I'll tell you why. Because when you look at the question, they only want to know the probability, or we want to make up an equation where the probability that she eats 2 orange sweets is 1 over 3. Okay, so we're just going to be kind of working through this branch here. So we know there's 6 orange sweets and in total n. Now we need to understand that indirectly they're telling us if she's eating the sweet, then that means she's not replacing them. So the next branch, we want to subtract 1 from the top and the bottom. So it's going to be 5 over n minus 1. And then in order to get this branch, we want to multiply the two probabilities. So it's going to be 6 over n times by 5 over n minus 1. And then we know that the probability that she eats 2 orange sweets is 1 over 3. And then from here, what we need to do is just a bit of simplifying and rearranging. So we have 30 over n minus 1, which is equal to 1 over 3. Then we can just cross multiply on both sides. So it would be 90 equals to n minus 1. And then we can expand the right hand side. So 90 equals to n squared minus n. And then we take the 90 to the other side. N squared minus n minus 90. And now we've shown that n squared minus n minus 90 is equal to 0. So part B should be fairly straightforward. We want to now solve n squared minus n minus 90, so we just want to use the general sort of method that we use to solve quadratic equations. So we know that we need to find two numbers that add to give minus 1, and at the same time those two numbers have to times to give minus 90. The tip I like to give students is always start with the minus 90. You want to find two numbers that multiply to give minus 90, and then we can kind of check with signs by testing different signs that if we can get minus 1 when we add them together. So minus 90, the easiest two numbers I can think of is 9 and 10. So we want to make minus 90, so one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative, but we need to make minus 1. So in order to make minus 1, we make this a positive and we make this a negative. So now we have our two numbers, positive 9 and negative 10. We just got to put them in two brackets. So n plus 9 and n minus 10. So we get two solutions here. N equals to minus 9 and n equals to 10. But we're only going to take n equals to 10 because we need our value of n to be positive. And that's the end of the question.